Every time you've tried to lose fat and failed, the industry lied to you about why. Here's what actually drives fat loss, and it's not what you've been sold. Hello, I'm Charlie, and I'm the co-founder of Potentia Coaching, and over the past 3 years, we have helped transform over 500 people's lives. If you're looking for help with your weight loss journey, there'll be a link in the description below. The first one being eat less and move more. Now, this is one of the most said things on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, like any sort of social media. It's also spoken about on TV as well. Like the big theory is all you've got to do to lose weight is eat less and move more. Now, theoretically, sure, that is exactly what it is. The more you move, the more calories you burn, the less you eat, you're in a calorie deficit. The big thing around that phrase can have people feel like they're failing if they can't manage to do it, because it's not taking into account things like stress. It's not taking into account people's activity levels, people's work levels, people's lifestyle, and eat less, move more can just result in some people feeling like they're restricting, and it's actually not giving a quantifiable number for someone to aim towards. Eat less, move more, what calories you got to aim to burn, what movement you got to do. Many conversations that I've had, people have been eating 800 calories to lose weight, and they are leaning into the eat less, move more, but they're feeling restricted, they're feeling super low on energy, and actually some people aren't losing weight on that. And what happens, it's metabolic adaptation, and that is literally where your body slows down to match your calorie intake. So if you're eating 800 calories, you're probably going to move a little less. You're not going to do as much, and your body's going to basically be in a fight or flight stage as it tries to protect itself from the low calories. And then you've also got to think about when it comes to going into a calorie deficit, it's actually a skill. It's not willpower. There's tactics behind it. There's systems behind it. There's all of these different factors that are going to come up in a calorie deficit that you need to know how to navigate, need to know how to master and control. And just telling someone to eat less and move more, they're not going to understand all of these different things that can pop up. Social events. For women, it could be time of the month causes cravings. It could be illnesses, holidays, work stress, family stress, parties, socializing, like anything like that. You have to know the exact system and tools to navigate that period. This is very much old school, and it is still embedded in a lot of people's minds, and I do think it's definitely generational. And that's just certain foods are going to make you fat. Carbs are the enemy, gluten's the enemy, you can't have cheese, you can't have dairy, fruit's too sugary. All of these things are mentioned and villainized in the fitness industry. In a few years, there'll be something else. Like, you're not allowed to drink water. No matter what you eat, as long as you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight. There's not a single food that you will consume that will give you or make you gain fat. The only way you're going to gain fat is if you consume too many calories than your body needs to maintain the weight it's at. So you could gain weight eating above your maintenance calories in broccoli, in lettuce, in cabbage, in chocolate, in sweets, in crisps. There are foods that are more calorie dense and considered more of a, I would like to call them a luxury, something that you wouldn't have all the time. And then there's other foods that are a necessity. So like your salads, your proteins, your normal carbs like pasta, bread, rice, potatoes. The luxury stuff are the chocolates, the sweets, the enjoyable stuff. What you don't want to do is eliminate a food group. Firstly, when you eliminate that food group, your body is going to start to crave it more. Your mind's going to start to crave it more. That's the first thing that could result in a binge 2 months down the line. Then, when you're taking out a food group as well, it's going to make you feel a little bit more restricted. Once you've got that restriction, you can start to resent the plan a little bit, which can make your mindset go a little bit off plan, a little bit more rebellious. So what I want you to do is keep the foods that you love, but have them in more moderation and more control. Don't go eat the full chocolate bar. Give yourself 1 or 2 squares. That's how you'll still be able to have it. That's how you'll be able to balance it. But you've just got to remember, to lose weight, it's all about the calories in versus calories out. The next thing is cardio. Is cardio the best tool for fat loss? In my opinion, no. The reason being is the more you do endurance things, I personally believe it raises your appetite more. You're more hungry when you're doing cardio-based or endurance-based exercise. Your body craves it a lot more, especially carbs. And what you don't want to be doing is spending hours upon hours on the treadmill, increasing your appetite that way, but also not building any substantial muscle, which is going to increase your BMR. And with that increase in your BMR means you can eat more calories at rest. With muscle training or muscle mass is your metabolic engine. The more muscle mass you have, the more calories you can have, the more fun you can have, let's face it. Look at bodybuilders. A lot of them, to maintain their muscle, they could have to have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 calories. And that's just to maintain the muscle that they've got. So the more muscle you have, the more you can eat. That's the best way to look at it. Cardio is a great tool though. It could add that extra 5%. You could have your steps nailed. You could be doing 10,000 steps every day. You've got a consistent workout routine. You might be going 3 times a day, 4 times a day, whatever fits your schedule. Your nutrition is on point. You don't want to add more steps. You don't want to add more workouts, as in weighted workouts. You don't want to cut your calories. You could then go in and add some cardio as a tool to jazz it up a little bit, but also to add more calorie expenditure to your plan. And the final thing is, I've heard this so much, is my metabolism is broken, or I've got a slow metabolism. Let's be honest, a lot of people will not have a slow metabolism unless metabolic adaptation has come in and they've been eating 800 calories for 6 months straight and their body's just adjusted to that. Okay, we can accept it there. But the big thing with most people is they're just not eating in a calorie deficit. Oh, I can't lose weight because my metabolism's too low. Firstly, are you in a calorie deficit to be able to lose the weight? Do you know everything that you're having? Are you tracking liquid calories? Are you tracking oils? Are you tracking spreads? All of the hidden calories that really do stop people. I've also had people that say, I don't eat much, but I can't lose weight. And it's more just the choices of food that you're having. If you're having a croissant with ham and cheese in it, obviously that's got 300-400 calories. You're not going to feel like you're eating much because it's not really a big meal, but it is very calorific. And what you've got to look at is if you're not getting good quality sleep, if you're stressed, if you're not moving, if you're not being consistent, it doesn't matter what your metabolism is. If you're not doing any of that, you're not going to lose weight at all. You need to be consistent with your calorie deficit. You need to be consistent with your movement. Not as much, but stress and sleep do need to be looked at and do need to be controlled because they can obviously cause the water retention, which you don't want. If you're not losing weight, you're just not in a calorie deficit. Data doesn't lie. Step on the scales every single day for a month. Track your food every single day for a month. If you're hand on heart eating in the calorie deficit and the scales aren't moving, then you've just got to lower your calories a little bit more or increase your movement. If you do everything consistently and you see the scales start to move, then what was you being as consistent as you could be? If you like this video, please make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to be posting 2 weight loss videos every single week to help you with your weight loss journey.